Konnichiwa, ninjas. It's me, Ninja Lens, and if I look a little tired or if I'm acting a little goofy, it's because I'm currently in the middle of an all-nighter trying to finish paper for finals. Tomorrow's the last day of school, and I really wanted to get this video done because I know once the sun comes up, I'm gonna be like I'm just gonna be incapable of doing anything for the next 48 hours because I'm going to be tired all day, but then the sun's going to be up and I'm going to be like, ugh. But anyways, so I wanted to do this video and I want to talk about the YouTube Rewind and just the YouTube stuff that's been going on this year, YouTube Rewind. And I know this is the only time I'm going to have energy for the next 48 hours. Frustrating, but whatever. School is important, and if you can see this kind of stuff, the school's wrapping up, and I have this stuff checked out from the film department. They don't let people who are not in the film department check out toys for over break, so I have to return it all tomorrow. But I want to talk about YouTube and how the Rewind mainly. Well, I mean, starting off, let's be totally honest here. YouTube's had a really rough year of just all kinds of nonsense happening. I think did it start off with the gambling scandal? Then we had, we obviously we had this huge explosion in YouTube drama, but honestly, that's just, that really isn't YouTube's fault. That's just kind of a community thing. That would have happened regardless of YouTube, so I don't really like to consider that. But the gambling thing, that was really innate in the creators. That's a YouTube thing. That really did feel like a YouTube thing. But drama, it's that's just a thing that happens in all people. A lot of people see that as a negative thing, but no matter where you are, I personally am the belief that no matter where you are, people will always be really enamored with the little stupid things that people do when the people are really famous. But that exploded this year. We had a lot of it. We had a lot of really controversial stuff happening. Obviously, this was an election year, so there was a lot of really controversial stuff happening there. But I'm going to talk more about the serious stuff. We got the gambling scandal. We got, what else happened? I forget. There were a lot of things. One of my favorite channels, I Hate Everything, got deleted. Hacked. Everybody was getting hacked. But that's not YouTube's fault, so I don't want to talk about that. But I Hate Everything just got deleted out of nowhere. We had the big just fair use, just YouTube just kowtowing to big intellectual property owners, big companies, just saying, oh yeah, we own this, even though he doesn't feature the Nostalgia Critic got half shut down. I'm currently shut down from monetization. Oh, can I help? Maybe? No? Okay, fine. I don't care. Whatever. I don't even care. So, a lot of stuff happened with... A lot of this stuff happened with this year. And even recently, there's been a lot of really frustrating things happening. This algorithm change, the glitch where you lose subs, and obviously there's this little thing I kind of want to talk about. I'll probably talk about that another. I'll just talk about it now. They're lying to us. They're saying, "Oh no, it's nothing. We decide." Technically they told the truth. They said, "Yes, we mark some accounts as just being spam accounts, and we unsubscribe them to you, even though." We mark whoever we feel like to be spam so that certain creators cannot have attention. It's okay, so it is true. Although I don't know. There's a lot of little glitches. Philip DeFranco pointed out a bunch of things. You can go watch that video. Maybe I'll link it here. Maybe not. But there's just been a whole lot of things. The algorithm change, the glitches, this whole year has been really frustrating for all creators on YouTube. And I feel like Rewind was obviously you can't expect them to bring up their shortcomings in their big Rewind celebration. Look at all the cool stuff that happened this year. It's not fair for them to bring up that. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about here is it's this final straw on top. It's this big final slap in the face where they've been disrespecting and just all around just not communicating and disrespecting and just destroying, being rude, and just it just feels like it's just a huge amount of disrespect over an entire year to all content creators on YouTube. And it just top it off with this. Rewind featured no actual popular YouTubers. I think they only had the really big people. Even then, I think some of them, even PewDiePie wasn't featured that much. We had the really big people skittered throughout there. Then the majority of it was just there's always also the fact there's also the fact that it didn't feature that many of YouTube trends. It featured a ton of Twitter and Vine trends. Now I remember 2012, to be fair, 2012 featured a few of them, but it's like 2012, I remember, it also might be nostalgia, but like 2012, I remember, I recognized all of the things. It was like YouTube, that was a really good rewind. That was the year I was really into YouTube, and I knew like all of the trends. But this year they featured barely any YouTube trends. They mostly featured Twitter and Vine memes. What else did they feature? This was mostly Twitter and Vine memes. And I feel like the big ultimate disrespect in the YouTube Rewind was featuring a ridiculous amount of television stars. And to be fair, I kind of saw this coming from the very beginning. YouTube, it's not really fair to say. I get really frustrated by big YouTubers bringing this up because they kind of, I don't understand why they didn't see it coming. Back in the day, they would feature the biggest YouTubers on the site. They would try and get as much like attention as possible. And now YouTube has enough industry clout to get television people. That's even more eyes. That's even more legitimacy. I hate it, but I kind of saw it coming. And the fact that it happened this year is just a pow, slap in the face, fart on your face, just so disgusting. And another big thing that frustrated me was the lack of the decisions in who they chose to pick to put up in the show. I have no idea why. Phil says that he was set up to be in the Rewind, but then something he did that was controversial. I don't know what it was. I mean, he laid it out to say that he didn't support a presidential candidate, but then somebody said, is it because you didn't support Hillary Clinton? And he was like, no, it's not what happened. I just said it was a presidential candidate. And I'm like, well, they let Casey Neistat come in, and we all know who he voted for. And it's frustrating because it's obvious they were looking for uncontroversial content creators. And it's not even that they were looking for uncontroversial content creators, because they featured Casey Neistat. It really just bugged me because some of the fastest growing content creators on this site this year, like H3H3 Productions, Leafy is here, whether or not you care, whether or not you like, whatever you feel about him, he gained like 4 million subscribers this year. Obviously. And Philip DeFranco had his gigantic resurgence. There's just so many content creators who just blew up this year that just didn't even get a nod. They were, to be fair, Leafy is here. Far too controversial. I would never feature him. If I knew that investors were going to be watching this, there's no way on earth I'd feature Leafy. But Philip DeFranco and H3H3 Productions, I see no problem with it. And it really does seem like they hurt some corporate executive's feelings, because Ethan constantly says, YouTube, stop screwing up. And Philip DeFranco does that too. It's really frustrating because it really does seem, because a content creator I love was featured in this Rewind, Black Nerd Comedy. He has 500,000 subscribers. He has not grown very much this year. I remember I was following him back when he had 100,000 subscribers back in 2012, 2013. He's gained 400,000 subscribers in 3 or 4 years. And H3H2 Productions gained 1.5 million subscribers this year. Was that? No. I think they only gained 1 million. No, it was like 1.5 million subscribers this year. And obviously, and I hate to sound. I'm not trying to. I kind of made it political accidentally. But we should know that. I think it's fair to point out that. There's something there, because Casey Neistat had a huge controversy this year around the election. It was incredibly polarizing. It sounded like, in a lot of ways, it seemed a little like he was trying to get his fan base to attack YouTubers who were nonpartisan. I felt that was kind of rude, but I didn't really care, honestly. But it's controversial one way or another, and I don't understand why he was featured but not Philip DeFranco, not H3H3 Productions. And I guess maybe these are all semantics, but the big issue is like, why are there so many? Why is Trevor Noah? Trevor Noah runs The Daily Show on TV. I like Trevor Noah. Funny show. Can we just have YouTube back for YouTubers? I don't know. It's frustrating, and I'm probably a little more irritable, and probably shouldn't be sharing some of this stuff because it's kind of controversial. But I'm tired, and I have to go finish writing my paper. But thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please click that, smash that like button. You gotta smash that like button 10 trillion times, or else I'm gonna be deleted off of YouTube forever. Or smash that dislike button. I actually don't really care. I'm really tired right now. I gotta finish this paper, but I must return to the shadows of the internet. Put on the flash of the camera. I will return to the light. Ninja out.